Hello, my name is Luke, Luke, and if you don't know me, I'm an English teacher from America. And welcome to this course on building your English brain. Now, I want to, in this very first video, explain what the course will be about. I want to introduce the course to you. So let me do that. An English brain, what I call the English brain, is your ability to think in English when you're speaking in English. Very simple. If you want to be a good English speaker, you must have the ability to think in English. Now, this seems obvious. Oh, yes, of course. But how to do that is the difficult part. Right? How to begin to think in English. So in this course, we're going to talk about a lot of different ways that we can improve this ability to think in English. Okay? If you're thinking in your language, not in English, you won't be able to sound natural. You won't be able to sound really, really fluent. And so in order to do this, we must learn these skills. So in this course, I'm going to be first teaching you some general tips, things you can do generally to improve and practice this English brain, thinking in English. Okay? And then we'll go on from that. We'll talk about reading, why reading is really important, and how to read, the right way to read, and what kinds of things to read to improve this English brain. Okay? Reading must be part of your English exercise, English practice, English progress. Okay? The next part is we'll talk about vocabulary, learning words, how we learn words. Okay? Vocabulary, I'll be writing on the board like this. Vocabulary simply means words. Okay? The right way to learn words. Very important to learn words in the right way. Okay, there's a right way and a wrong way. We'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about idioms. Idioms are little expressions that don't change, and we'll talk about when to use them, when not to use them. I'm not going to teach you too many. I'm going to teach you the way to learn them. Okay, so you won't be learning many words or idioms or long pieces of literature in this course. Okay, you won't be learning that. You'll be learning the methods, the ways to study English to improve your English brain. Okay, then we'll go on after that and we'll talk about some specific exercises, practice that you can do, which I've developed for my students to help them really improve their English more quickly. Okay? One is called the 4-word exercise or the 4-word challenge. And this is a really great and very simple thing that you can do to really start thinking in English a lot. Okay? We'll go on from that. We'll do variations. Variations is another really important and useful tool that you can use to improve your thinking ability in English. So we'll talk about that. We'll practice it. We'll do a few examples of that. And then we'll go on to listening, how we can do listening as a way to improve the English brain, and we'll do some examples of that. From listening, we'll go on to the right way to think, things that you can do during the day to always be improving, how to begin to actually just think without speaking, without reading, without writing, okay, to actually think. And we'll do some small writing exercises as well in the course. Then we'll talk about how to use different resources. Resources means what you have to help you learn. This course is a resource for you to improve your English, especially your ability to think in English. Well, there are other resources. Your vocabulary books, maybe. Your dictionary might be a resource. Well, movies, the things you read, TV shows, these things are also resources, and we'll talk about how to use these resources to best develop your English brain. We'll talk about movies, talk about TV, we'll talk about the internet and how to use these things to practice and improve, okay? Then I will give you a daily routine. I'll give you a routine for what you can do every day And you really only need to spend generally between 30 minutes and an hour every day to improve, generally improve. And it can help you improve your fluency, your ability to think in English, and generally your ability to communicate naturally in English. Okay, so I'll give you this routine, and I think that can really, really help you. If you do it, you will see improvement. You will improve over time. You must. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this course. I hope you can make it to the end, because there's a lot of good stuff on the way. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to just be going over some simple tips, a few things to keep in mind when you're actually studying English, and generally for improving your English skills. So I will see you in the next lesson.